My dear ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jared Helgerer. I'm from Technical University of Munich. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to start talking about my own research topic. This is programming course evaluations. For programming courses at our university, we introduced an autograding system, and we investigated that by analyzing course evaluation questionnaires before and after the introduction of that system. We wanted to analyze how autograding affects student satisfaction, and we also wanted to relate that with teaching aspects from the programming courses. As data, we have the teaching course evaluation questionnaires, which include numerical answers to questions, but also open-ended feedback comments as texts. As a method, we use a mixed methods approach. This is a mix of statistics and topic modeling. We interpret these findings qualitatively. So we aim to find hypotheses how autograding could contribute to improvements, which we find are consistently there in the data. And we also are interested in the question in how far topic modeling is really feasible or not for that type of analysis. So regarding our motivation, so we have an increasing number of computer science students with more than 10% increase per year. Last year, the numbers went up by 300 more students, from 1,800 to 2,100, which is quite a lot. And our financial situation was financially everything stayed the same. Actually, we had even less tutors in the second year. So how is it possible to maintain student satisfaction even if you are in a, let's say, stressed teaching environment? And one factor how that can be improved, we believe, is autograding. Autograding means that students learn in their teaching lessons and then they work on their homework exercises at home, and then they submit the solutions that they created digitally in form, for example, in a GitHub, Git repository. And then in the end, there's some automated or semi-automated system which include tests such they receive a grade. So that can be completely automatized, but it can also be semi-automatized with tests and manual inspection too. On the other hand, we have the teaching loop of the lecturers. They create their assignments. They also teach, and then teaching inspires the student to provide solutions which are received by the online system and the lecturers respectively, which then can provide a grade for them. So to evaluate that system, the students can state their feedback on evaluation questionnaires. So who fills these out? These are the students who participate in these lectures and programming courses. How is that done? That's done online, and it's done voluntarily. So only the students who want to provide the feedback provide it, really. It's always done at the end of the lecture period, and it's provided, as we said already, numerical and open-ended questions, whereas we see examples for numerical questions and their distributions on the right-hand side. This is given in German entirely. And then how are these questionnaires provided? They are provided by the Student Council, and they are to a high degree standardized questionnaires. We have several teaching courses which are all about informatics foundations. We have 3 which are given here, A, O, and P, and all are given for at least 2 years, whereas the last year is always included. The last year always has Artemis included, which is our autograding system. And we also state the communication tools here. It shall be considered that every course year always has a different lecturer in that case. To analyze the textual comments, we performed NMF topic modeling. Therefore, there's a document word matrix that counts the words for each document, and that's factorized into 2 other matrices, where one is the document topic membership matrix and the other is topic word membership matrix. And the document topic membership matrix contains information to which topic category which document belongs to. And at the bottom we have the topics. That's how they look like, and on the right hand side we have the top words. So the topics are about course implementation, sample solutions, tutoring, homework, learning how to program, and homework platforms, which also includes Artemis as keyword. We separated the comments into positive and negative comments, whereas negative also can mean which aspect should be improved. Positive comments should mean what are the good aspects of the course. And we see, and that will be confirmed later on, we see that negative comments appear to be more salient, more helpful for the overall analysis. We start with the results. So the question was asked to the students, which grade would you give your tutor? The answers, the average answers we can see here on the right-hand side. In blue, we see the results for courses with Autograder, and in violet, it's the results without Autograder. We see that without the Autograder, tutors appeared not as good as with Autograder. In black, we have the intervals for the confidence given. The P are the p-values for statistical significance tests. The improvements appear all to be statistically significant on a 5% significance level. So what we see is tutors improved overall. That's also confirmed here by the distributions of the negative comments. Negative comments decreased. It especially decreased for the courses that have Artemis as a homework submission system compared to the years before. That appears helpful because the other data is not given for all years, as we see here. Here, the data point is missing. And what are the possible reasons that tutors are seen increasingly positive? We performed interviews with the tutors themselves, and we found out the following thing. We found out that advanced students need less attention. Advanced students need less manual feedback in the tutoring sessions. Advanced students are able to get feedback from automatic tests, and they can work in a more independent manner. Tutors then have more time such that they can help less advanced students more. That leads to an overall more relaxed situation, and less advanced students are supported increasingly. The next question is about how to learn to program. The question is, I have learned to solve problems typical for the courses domain. That's true with 5, or I agree with 5, or I disagree with 1. So students tended to learn the problems much better when Artemis was included. We see a very significant increase here for the years that included Artemis. So the improvement tends to be pretty strong in comparison to what we saw before even. So how is the learning experience improved? How can that be? So first of all, we saw that there are tutoring improvements, and they of course might relate with improved learning experience, which helps to be productive with learning. But also we see that there's a more independent learning, and in a separate question we saw that there's increasingly much time spent. They spend more time with that tool because the tool helps them to learn independently. So that apparently are all factors that are contributing to the fact that they tend to learn better and more productively. We also see that this is confirmed by the negative comments decreasing for the years including Artemis very much. Here we have the question about the overall course quality. Many things can contribute to the course quality, obviously. So it is hard to say if really Artemis was the decisive factor for these appearances, for these improvements that we see here. We just want to present it to see that the course quality and the perception of the courses was really improved. So the other findings do not contradict these findings we see here. They are all analogously to each other. Lastly, we asked the students about the overall online offering. Was the online offering for the course good? 5, yes, I agree. 1, I disagree. And what we found is, at least for one course, we have enough data points to say that the online offering improved. We see, however, 2 courses where the online offering was seen more skeptically. There are increasingly many negative comments, actually for all comments when Artemis was introduced. How can that be? So as we said before, negative means that it's comments which include improvement suggestions. When we investigated the comments manually, we saw that it is less a sentiment that is attached. There's not really a sentiment attached to the negative comments, but it's improvement suggestions. Since Artemis was introduced, it appears that there are lots of improvement suggestions for Artemis, which actually also were included in further development. Students anyway appeared to think that Artemis was actually really quite helpful, even though it can be improved. So in further work, in future work, we aim at including more thorough sentiment analysis to factor these appearances, these observations out. How do we conclude? With respect to autograding, we can say that autograding involves automatic tests for submissions, and these automatic tests contribute apparently to the following improvements. There is an increased motivation to solve actual exercises. Students can learn more independently. These effects help in turn the tutors to be more productive in their tutoring sessions. And students do increase their time which they spend on solving the exercises on their own. We observe, due to all these findings, we observe a higher overall course satisfaction. So Artemis appeared to be helpful for our needs. With respect to topic modeling for course evaluations, we see that negative comments are related to numerical answers. So it has the potential to improve the course evaluation. Positive comments are not as much related to numerical answers. Negative comments can be a sign of dissatisfaction, but it can also be a sign of lots of improvement ideas that can also incorporate positive sentiment. We see with respect to the topic modeling method that it is an easy means to harmonize different evaluations when data points are missing for numerical statistical analysis. And it is also a strong research trend, which is shown by our extensive related work in our paper. I thank you very much for your attention, and I would be happy to hear your interested questions. Thank you very much.